It's another edition of Checking In with Hein and Johnny, where the hosts bring in mystery topics that neither host knows anything about until the mics go hot and on the air. We are the show that keeps the host from talking about the weather and World War II 24 hours a day. Hey, Heine, man, what's on your mind?
Hi, Bella. Hello.
It's Bella.
Yeah, hurry over here.
We need to see Chris and Bella.
Hello, Bella.
Good morning, everyone. Bella's feeling good. I hope she hasn't eaten poop. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Because I'm getting my tonsils licked.
What a sweetie. Hello, honey.
She's a good girl. She's much better now that she's a little older.
Now you're traveling? I mean, now you're home.
No, I am home. Thank goodness we are home and I can get kisses from Bella during the podcast. She loves my stinky sweat.
Wow, she is. She's like one of those things on a whale that clean you. Not that you're the whale in that example.
I accept it. My friend. We never get Bella and Chris on the podcast in the same.
We're not live, are we? I didn't see
we are.
No, I didn't see the red record light on. Okay, carry on. Bye.
Tip to my cap. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. So, Heine.
Yes.
What kind of gas mileage is your car getting? Because gas prices are through the roof, and I don't like it.
No, 15, 10, 15.
Mine's 13.8.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like it. Gas prices. But maybe now that there's a ceasefire, maybe it'll start going down. It went down 20 cents in our area as soon as they stopped bombing.
Well, tell me, do you miss the Supreme Leader?
Well, I miss anybody who keeps my gas prices down.
Oh, no. I think anybody who's hanging their wrestling team for not standing during the anthem, I think annihilated. I'll pay a little extra for that.
You know, we typically, when folks kneel or leave during the national anthem, they are not killed.
No,
we prefer non-deaths. You signed on today as Aiken.
Again.
Is it your back still? Have you been hot tubbing?
No. I went in and got I scrapped acupuncture for the moment and went straight for heavy narcotics, and I went to a cortisone in the spine.
I have had that.
Have you? How long did it take to kick in?
It's now been 42 years, so I'm waiting.
You're waiting.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm glad I experienced that. I'm waiting for it to kick in too.
Huge needle, and the dude's back there just digging into your spine.
The guy knew me well. He started to get me talking about British cars. And so then I just said, I'm going to ride this wave right on through that needle, and just kept talking about British cars and how great they are and how you should get one of those and how you save gas by not using your signal lights. And I didn't feel a thing. I just felt this big scourge down my leg, and that's interesting.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think, honestly, even though the needle was big, it was similar to you. I don't remember feeling the needle that bad.
Well, they numb you up.
Yeah, I didn't. I also didn't feel any relief from the. I felt no relief from my cortisone shot. So
you did? None.
Zero. It may as well have been just $1,000 that I just dumped into the pond, because It was a complete waste. Oh, well. What are you going to do?
I know.
What are you going to do? Speaking of British cars, now states are presenting legislation so that you can't drive classic cars during certain times of the week. And I think that's I think that's nasty. What the heck? You spend
How
all
are they
this
gonna
time on your
enforce that?
baby? Well, they never will. It'll just be right? It'll just be on the books.
Mm-hmm.
So that if you're involved in an accident, then they can get you for 2 tickets. You're not supposed to be driving at noon.
Yeah.
But that's pretty punk. I'm not sure.
The amount of laws that are, well, now here they're raising our property tax because their road revenues are down due to EVs not paying their fair share.
Too many electric vehicles
And
now cause us.
not enough tax revenue.
Yeah, there's no revenue off the charger, right?
Yeah, so I've nothing but unpleasantries to say about that.
Anything that makes my taxes go up. Have you ever owned an electric vehicle?
I have an electric lawnmower.
Well, I guess you could drive that to the Dolly Madison outlet for your bread supplies.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, there's nothing wrong
And
with that.
then they can try to figure out how to tax me on that.
My neighbor, I will tell you, I'm a little jealous. My neighbor has one of those robot electric mowers that has headlights and everything. So when I go out taking Bella at 10 p.m., it's out there mowing his it's out there mowing his grass, and it puts Bella off. She's like, doesn't want an anal probe from an alien, so she has a hard time doing her business because there's a little thing like cruising around scaring the bejeebies out of her.
I see. Now, can he take the muffler off that and then run it at 2 a.m. so it'll wake you up? My
What would
electronic
be
robot,
fun?
Kawasaki.
Program it to go down and get his Marlboro Reds in the morning. So you just have the $17 on top of the mower, and you just have every morning at 7 a.m. It drives to the gas station.
Another pack of smokes.
Get the 1 pack of smokes for the $17 and then brings it back. You get no tax revenue except for the sin tax.
Right.
The state gets sin tax.
Right.
Oh, what? I guess you could have it mow itself to Mexico and get non-stamped smokes.
If I get Optimus out of Tesla, can he just be out there trimming trees in the dark?
I would think so.
Come on, let's get him useful. Scooping bags of popcorn, trimming the trees.
Iffy. Yeah. Cleaning out the gutters.
The rain, don't start me.
If it sees a deer, shooting the deer, now that's Optimus stuff.
They got to be able to just run down the deer. Lithium front end. I like the bionic man.
No. Remember when they would have
breaks his neck?
They would have the bionic man would jump from the water with his bionic legs and jump up onto a bridge, and all they did was have a stuntman just fall into the water and then run it backwards. I saw that on a TV show. They didn't have the money, obviously, to film a submarine going down or up, coming out of the water. So they just took an old stock video of one dropping, and then they just ran it in reverse, and all the stuff was spurting out as it came up. So I did enjoy that. Bionic Man graphics for cheap Hollywood films.
Have you seen the new Sabrina Carpenter video?
No, I have not. Tell me.
You'll have to look it up. It's supposed to be extremely racy.
Well, she's like me. Anytime I'm on camera, I like to show my boobage. I like to get a little skin out there. When I drop some new music, I like some skin showing.
I mean, the only time I get to see her is when she's on the Muppet Show, and it wasn't that great. I mean,
It was G-rated.
It was G-rated. G-rated.
Well, it
This
doesn't get very
is-
many views. If it's G-rated, no hits.
I don't know where you get onto PG-13. What can a 13-year-old get as far as titillation?
I guess just using naughty word, potty talk, because that'll get you. Potty talk will get you right off of G. In fact, I don't think there's any G stuff anymore, because if any word, anything but just like the tiniest like baby videos jumps you out of G. So most wacky fun animation is almost always for 13-year-olds.
Well, when they light up smoke too.
Oh, that'll get you straight out of PG-13.
Yes,
They don't want the 13-year-olds smoking.
They don't.
Getting a butt going. 10 years ago, they had the Taiwanese gigantic 3-year-old smoking, and it went viral because the baby was doing all the sweet French. He had the butt go. He's got the spike going and doing all the flips and turns. And yes, had the sweet moves with it. One of your favorite shows, thank goodness, has got a spinoff. So I have not seen it yet, so I need to find out from Chris. Is the New Testament, is that spinoff from our favorite Christians Like to Torture People movie? Has she watched it, and is it as good as the original? So tell me if she tells you.
I shall. Fortunately, or for whatever reason, she is trapped in Bridgerton land.
Oh, Bridgerton. It's red hot sexy, Henry.
Really?
Red hot sexy this week. Yeah.
Compared to Sabrina Carpenter, where would it be?
Well, it's one step above, because they give a little something for the ladies and some of the boys. So you do get to see buttocks, and that keeps the Bridgerton on the top Netflix charts. They're red hot and radical and sexy.
What happened to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake? They've just disappeared.
They disappeared because they don't.
Lisa.
No male buttocks. You have to getting mad at your neighbor is only goes so far. You have to have males that drop trow once in a while.
All right.
To get really up there, you have to have that.
I guess that's why I'm not tuning in. Too many male butts. Feel like I'm in the gym room.
Well, the ones that you and I see in the gymnasium are not the same ones that are on Bridgerton.
No, I guess
they
not.
I can promise you that. We have been fascinated by the Artemis photos and videos of these gorgeous shots of the moon, and they came back and didn't die in the 1,000-degree temperature splashdown. That makes me happy.
It was amazing. I mean, they're coming from like 24,000 miles an hour down to 20.
It's crazy. That 4,000 helps keep you alive. They're like, well, we can't go in quite so hot because they'll just burn up and die, and everybody will be sad for a year. We gotta let them come in a little more to the side, and I'm glad they did.
Aerodynamics, they're amazing.
And I love the fact that the sweet parachutes really do something very, very useful. I mean, it really slows those bad boys down.
Oh, yeah. Aerodynamics. And if you watched, when they deployed the final chutes, they're designed in such a way that it really took a minute. At first they opened and it looks like, I'm like, are they failing? They're not opening. They don't
Yeah.
just go poof and open. They slowly, as the vehicle slows down, they take more air. And then
That's
after,
awesome.
I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, boom, they pop open. It's slow enough to where it's going 20 miles an hour.
It's crazy. I love it. And the slow movement to open it makes so it doesn't just explode and rip off the
They're
thing and
off,
then everybody
right.
dies again.
Yeah. And
I love it.
yeah, it is the days of miracle and wonder. You think they
It's a good song.
cortisone shot.
That was useless. Useless.
Any more
Anybody
thought,
out there?
any more thought about our anti-gravitational spine clinic?
I do. I swear, I'll tell you, cortisone never worked for me. But the inversion, the anti-gravity boots,
I need to
that
buy
helps
one of
me.
those, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think I could get on it.
Well, one nice thing about the anti-grav, thing is you get into it when you're standing up. So all I do is clip my feet into the holders, and then you take a ride upside down.
Does your
So
wife push you? How do you get back up?
because it's a modern miracle, because you're balanced so perfectly by your height.
Mm-hmm.
You literally just need to lift your arms and tap the little bar next to you slightly, and you just start coming right back up. It is completely painless getting in and out, but it isn't painless when you're hanging upside down. Hello, Georgia, get the belt. Yeah, it really does work. It's worked for me for 50 years.
Really?
Getting
I
upside
had
down.
well,
Yeah.
an odd little thing. What brand do you have? Do you have a teeter?
I have had several. I've had a one that's like a monkey name, and that worked great. And then I made one because I did so much traveling. I made one for myself. I just made a self one that I would stick on the door jamb. And then back in the day when I could do a sit up, I would just hold the bar and kick my legs up and snap them on with, because I had actual gravity boots back then. And then I would just hang. But now I don't, I can't do a sit up if you shot me in the head. So now I just have the tilter. There's about 10. I just got mine at Walmart, $150.
No kidding.
Yeah, nothing. And it was all I've ever done is 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night. And I do that for 2 weeks, and I definitely see results. Now, I used to go fully upside down for 30 minutes. Now I do, a couple of angles because it's not quite so painful. If you go upside down for 30 minutes a day, you'll feel it, baby. Your eyes will bulge out. You will no longer need glasses.
Wow.
And but it does. So for those people out there with back pain, I suggest
my
Inversion.
nephew, remember a member of the punk band Restroyer, Plug, he swears by him too.
Yeah. My whole everybody in my family has had back surgery.
Surgery.
Biometric. Yeah. So I'm trying to avoid it. So my whole mission since I was 20 with my bad back is just to not go under the knife, because I hate to say it, most of the time you still have pretty bad back pain after surgery.
The medical professionals that I've seen, none of them are saying, Henry, we need to get you into surgery immediately.
Yeah.
None of them.
Yeah, they're smart. They've learned.
Yeah,
They've learned.
I really, they at least deal with me honestly.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
They're not looking for the almighty dollar. So, Henry, have you ever had a haircut done by your grandkids? Have you ever let them cut your hair? come at you with.
No, but it's coming.
Yeah, have you ever had them do like your hair up in rollers or the little things?
No, I had a makeover from my niece, which ended with a lot of fingernail polish everywhere.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was fun. I used to be
Yeah,
the fun uncle. Now that I'm like a one-armed guy, I'm not so fun.
You were always the excitement. Anybody in the room is just a shadow of Heine. Heine is Mr. Excitement.
Last night, my dear grandson is over with his father and sister to help me clean out the garage.
Ooh.
So cleaning out the garage involves scrubbing the floor of all the grease.
Yeah, tedious.
So we're spraying it down and putting all kinds of Dawn dishwashing liquid and scrubbing. And doggone it, the little guy is pushing everything backwards. And then his dad gets a bright idea. We're going to use the leaf blower. And he gives him the leaf blower. And I'm pushing the water out. He's blowing the leaves and crap back in. And Baba, the grandpa, probably was acting frustrated enough. I don't think I started yelling. But I had
As long
to
as
go
you
out.
didn't scream at him.
He went out and sat by the garbage cans and pouted. I made him that upset.
Baba can make people upset. I will tell you, I used to make my grandkids cry all the time. One of my pet peeves is super loud YouTube videos for kids where they just say the same thing over and over again. Hit this, catch this for $5,000, catch this for $5,000, catch this for $5,000. And it just goes on for 30 minutes. They just say that on the video. And man, I would go crazy. And then as soon as grandpa goes crazy, everybody's crying. The whole car.
Yeah, I've morphed into the mean old guy. And nothing will make you the mean old guy like a little bit of back pain.
Uh-huh. Yes, that is true. So have you, I know Bridgerton's on Chris's list. Have you watched any sweet movies while you've been in back pain?
Yes, this is my new MO. The other night I came home in nostril agony and I lied down sideways on the bed and I turned on The Prisoner from Azkaban.
That's a good one.
Yes, and so I made it through. They drove, of course, the Ford Anglia into the Whomping Tree.
I love that part.
Weasley, and I watched that part, and then I woke up. I sort of drifted off, and I woke up about 3/4 of the way through the Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then it had the
nothing wrong
guy,
with that.
with the big eye bulging out of his head. And I said, "Is that Sirius Black?" No, it's not. It's not Lucius Malfoy. What happened to that? Anyway, there we were. Now, they're also on Turner Classic Movies. You have for your enjoyment, pleasure, this month, Friday nights, a Roger Corman festival.
Wow, Turner Classic has gotten a little more risque.
Well, they have to recycle the same old stuff again and again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So last night's treat for one and all was a little movie film with the screenplay by Jack Nicholson. You might remember him from Roger's earlier movie, Little Shop of Horrors.
Great movie.
And so Jack Nicholson teamed up with Bruce Dern and Dennis Hopper, and of course, Peter Fonda. And they produced a movie called The Trip, which is about Peter Fonda's LSD trip.
Good old Roger Corman. Love it. Yeah, he let everybody do those movies. I mean, Opie's first movie he ever directed, of course, was for Robert Corman, of course.
Yeah, so it was a fun film. The best part, Peter Fonda is in with a lady, and he's talking to her at the laundromat, and he's really out of sorts, and he's watching her sheets go around the dryer. And then suddenly said, "We've got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here." And pulls all her laundry out of the dryer. She calls the cops on him.
So it was a realistic trip for most people. Good time.
I think so. But so I enjoyed that. I didn't record any of the other films. We'll see what's on next week. Next week,
Yeah,
there will be, some others.
the black and white is a pretty solid guess. If you wanted to guess, will it be in black and white? Most of the time, that's a good bet.
Your Trip, this is in color, and then the movie devolves down into a bunch of where they're just splicing odd scenes of psychedelic colors and women dancing and Peter Fonda freaking out.
A lot of B-roll.
But it's B, but they're making money, and then people, his topic for the time is so controversial that people want to see the movie, and therefore it makes money, even though, well, and I mean, he says he's letting these people write the movies. They do okay jobs.
Nothing wrong with it. Hey, it is much better than Saturday afternoon movie of the week stuff. So, and everybody gets experience. Every director that's popular in the 80s and 90s did Roger Corman.
Oh, yeah. Scorsese.
Yep. All of them did it because they did it for free. I mean, you get a credit for directing, and then you get a chance to get another job.
Yeah.
Chris has been an extra in the fantastic TV movies, Hallmark. Have you ever been on camera other than our delightful podcast? Have you been on?
I hope not.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I would
Hopefully
not
they have not seen it.
stand around for 10 minutes to be the speck in the crowd in the back there. I mean,
Yeah.
are you kidding?
Yeah. Some people do it for a job. If you live in LA, that's your job. You can do that all full time.
Yeah.
We are getting it sounds like you have not seen Hail Mary. We've been pimping Hail Mary by the handsome Ryan. You have not seen it yet, right?
No, not consciously. It may have been between Azkaban and the Order of the Phoenix.
It has not been on. Well, you would have known had you seen it. If you had been conscious, you would know. For 3 podcasts, I've been saying go see it. It is just that good. And then, of course, we said the grandkids love Mario Galaxy. That's a fantastic kids movie. Huge thumbs up by my grandkids.
Good.
I wouldn't say the adults are going to enjoy it too much. I hear that the Stones are recording a new album, so I'm very excited about it.
No
They
way.
don't sell a lot of albums, but I do like to hear them. I definitely will download them and enjoy them a couple of times.
I thought
they don't sell any.
I thought Mick Jagger said he was going to quit the business after he was 30.
He was a liar.
Yes.
He
not true.
Was a full-blown liar. It makes too much money. My goodness.
Is Bill Wyman still around?
He is alive. He produces a whole bunch. He did all the memorabilia, so he saved every single thing. So he does, you can watch shows where he shows all the fancy stuff, and it's interesting. And then he can sell a little bit of it and make multi-millions. Oh my goodness. That's the stuff that's super rare that he got, he makes buku bucks. I noticed that Ron Wood is just making tons of money now as an artist. He's been painting for 5 decades because he didn't write any of the songs. He made no money.
Yeah.
As a Rolling Stone. If you don't write the song, you don't get nothing. You get paid to do the shows, and that's nothing. You can't even live on it. But he makes really good money as a painter. So for everybody out there who is a rock star, start painting, because when you get into your 70s and 80s, you'll be rich.
I have on my Ron Wood Give Me Some Neck album, which is somewhere piled behind me.
I own that album.
He innovated that style of taking an old Playboy centerfold, cutting it in half, and then artistically recreating the half cut off. Leave half the good-looking girl, and then do artistic stuff to the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The naughty bits are artsy fartsy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Henry, we are done for the week. Bye-bye.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Thanks for listening to Checking In with Hein and Johnny. You can follow all things Hein and Johnny by subscribing to Checking In with Hein and Johnny anywhere you listen to podcasts. Checking In with Heine and Johnny is sponsored by Conveyors and Equipment. They supply, design, and service all types of conveyors, belting, and material handling equipment since 1972. With 3 locations to serve you, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, and El Paso. Find them on the web at conveyequip.com. That's CONVEYEQUIP.com.